Today we're taking a look at two head torches, very similar, but got some major differences. So, by coincidence, I was approached by both Olight and Wuben to review their new torches. Now, I very much doubt they wanted them compared to someone else's, but this is the way it's going to go. So, you'd be chuffed to receive either of these torches. They are both amazing. Look at them. Look at them. Stunning looking things. I love a torch. I don't know what it is. Tactical torch. Can't get enough of them. This is them in the most raw form. You can see the Wuben is on the right here. A little bit more chunky and weighty, but it's got two lights on the front. And the Olight Perun Mini 3. This has just been released this week actually. And this one is the Wuben E7. They're both really neat little EDC torches. Now you can probably guess that the Wuben E7 is slightly more weight. The Perun Mini 3 comes with the headband. Well, don't focus on me, focus on this. Comes with this headband, but the Wuben E7, you've got to buy this separately. So this is like $9.99 for this. However, it does still work out cheaper because the Perun Mini is around £80 and the Wuben E7 is £44 at the moment on Amazon. Is it worth paying the extra? Let's have a look at the features and see what more this can do, whether it's worth paying the extra for this. Now, I don't know if it's worth saying, but this comes in a much more sleek packaging, as you can see. I don't know, it doesn't really make a difference, does it? But this is obviously a bit more well thought out for this bit. Okay, so we're looking at the Wuben E7 first of all. Now this has got an 1100 milliamp hours battery, and you would think it would give you a lot extra time to use it, but it doesn't. So if we're looking at the low setting, which is 10 lumens for this, gives you 30 hours. 5 lumens for this gives you 60 hours, which you would expect. The medium setting then is 4.5 hours for both. And the high setting is the same as well. Which makes you think, why is this using so much extra power? Well, I think the answer is because it's powering two different LEDs. If they just kept one LED, this would be so much longer lasting. Now this weighs in at 80 grams with the battery. This weighs in at 54 grams with the battery, so it wins out on that. But you're not talking a lot. Let's get them on the scales with the headbands attached. See what the difference is there. So the Wuben E7 with the strap as well, 111 grams. And a Perun 3 Mini, 81 grams. Now they both come with magnetic bottoms. It's a lot stronger on this. I think the main purpose of it being magnetic on this one is for the charger. It's just to attract that. It's not really enough. Well, it is quite strong actually. Okay, so they've both got strong magnetic bases. About the same, I would say. Right, let's get to the part we've all been waiting for. Let's actually turn it on. So a little bit hard to see in the daylight, but this one is at 5 lumens now, which will last for 60 hours. This one is at 10, which will last for 30. So not a lot of difference there on the low setting. Let's go to medium. You can see they're both very bright now. And then high, and that is hard to pick up on the camera, but it is blindingly light, that one. So the next thing we've got is turbo. Now with this one, you just double press it to get turbo mode. With this one, it needs to be on first. And I think this one has got a wider angle, but this has got a much brighter center to it, as you can see. So the turbo wins out on the Olight. Okay, now this is where the E7's features end. It's got a strobe light. I don't like putting that on YouTube because I don't want to give people fits. But basically, you press it 3 times and it just starts flashing like crazy. Okay, I won't do that. You can just imagine it in your mind. So that's done. That's all the features of the Wuben E7. A cracking torch. We'll come back to it at the end. So on with the Perun 3 Mini's features. Next is the moonlight mode. So we can hold this down and it gives an extremely dim light, as we can see, which is fine for finding stuff in the pitch blackness, and that will last an incredibly long time. In fact, 10 days. I can leave that on for 10 days non-stop now. The next one, it can do a red light mode. So we double press to get the red, and we can cycle through how bright you want it. Hold it down to get flashing, hold it down to get low, and hold it down to get high. Okay, next we've got headband usage. It should be said that apart from the magnetic bottom, they've also got a clip. It would have to be facing away from you. You can't turn it like as if, you know, if you were going to put it on your cap, it would just point straight away from that light. I suppose it would work on a cap, wouldn't it? It just points straight down for you. Yeah, but it's more for a sort of pocket there, I guess. Exactly same with the Olight. So they've both got similar sort of clip-in strap features, but they both got their own merits. So this clips in like that. There's a lever there to take it away again, and to change the angle it clicks like this. So the Olight headband, they've saved weight by keeping it a lot more simple. So the clip for it goes in that end like so, clicks down, and then it's in. To release it, that button there, and to turn it then it's just gradual turns instead of the, you know, the set clicks with that. To be honest, I prefer that. I think Wuben wins out for this bit because it's not going to move. You've got very accurate, click it, put it where you want it, that's it. Whereas this, you know, if you bump it or something, it's going to move quite easy. But it's still very good design, very good. Which one would I pick? I'm a sucker for torches. I love an EDC torch. If either one of these landed on my doorstep, I would be chuffed. They're both absolutely beautiful things. Let's look at it sensibly. So, if you're looking for budget friendly, weight, you don't care about couple of tens of grams, that's going to be the one for you. I wish they probably just had one LED on there to make the most of that extra battery. By the way, they both come with extra O-rings and charging cables, so they're going to last you a long time, either one you buy. If you want something from a more well-known brand, you're conscious of weight, you want something a bit smaller, then the Olight is going to be your best bet. They're a well-known brand. Wuben are chasing them, definitely chasing them, and you can see the similarities in the brand. I've just noticed this has got rubber on the head strap, and Wuben hasn't got that. So it's not going to be so grippy on your head then. And finally, this is what they look like on. This is the Perun Mini. You can see adjustable up and down, left and right. Very tactile. And this is the Wuben E7. Sorry, don't mean to blind you again. That's the only problem with doing a torch video. I'm going to blind you all the time. So yeah, it's a little bit bigger off the head. I can't feel the weight of it. You can't feel the difference. Should we do two together? Which one do you prefer the look of? I mean, at the end of the day, if they're both doing the same sort of job, and I think it just depends which one you prefer the look of, whether you're willing to spend more money on a well-known brand. I'll put the links below if you fancy getting yourself one of these, but to be honest, I'd be happy getting either of these ones. They're both quality torches. You know, whether you prefer going for the brand you've heard of before, the Olight, compact, lightweight, extra features, or if you think you're going to make do with something equally as beautiful but slightly heavier, maybe not so feature rich, let me know. I would like to know your opinion. Catch you again. Ta-ra for now.